Welcome back to Tel-Over episode 46. We are sitting with Rieck, who is actually in Thailand right now. You
In
might
Thailand. Yeah,
remember
that's true.
him as a musician, as one of the members of the amazing band A Collective, and also as a video director. I remember you did a short documentary on Tomaya Shayao, for example. And
That's true.
now
That's true.
you are involved in a project called First Life. Can you tell us a
Yes.
bit about the idea behind it?
Well, it's well, basically the whole project started really pretty soon after the October 7th events. I think 2 weeks into the war. Um, what happened was that really on the one hand, I'm like really involved in the independent music scene in Israel for many years, and I've done as being like part of a collective, and also during the COVID, I did a project called the Second Wave, Hagal Shani in Hebrew,
Mm.
which incorporated like a lot of people from the indie scene, and it was like so. I'm really close to a lot of people. Like I love to do big projects. I can never do. I always want to do something solo, and I always end up doing like big things that cooperate with a lot of people. And on my second hat, really as you said, in the last couple of years, I started working as a video director. Something that started from doing stuff for a collective, and then like just trying to develop on and on. And so I know a lot of people from both sides of the industry, the film industry, or the music video industry, and music industry, both independent industries within the Israel. And what happened is that couple of friends I met with a couple of friends of mine that they're from mostly from the film side of the industry. They're like photographers and producers, and they wanted to do something musical, and they approached me because of this project that I did during COVID. And it was really fresh. It was like, now we're two and a half, well, almost, we're closing in on 3 months into the war soon. But the first couple of weeks were really just chaos. And we just wanted to do something, not sure what was the right thing to do. We knew it had to be something revolving music and filming, because that was like the fortes of the group. And we knew we had a lot of people that would join us if we do something like that. So usually an idea starts from, we need to do this. Okay, then let's assemble a crew. In our case, it was just, we have a huge crew. We have a studio that's lending us all its equipment, all its facilities, like to do something that was really big. And we kind of, I think I saw at the beginning, I really thought that maybe it's not the best time to do something musical yet. The project itself was like, actually, so from the moment that we got together for a coffee and just talked about the situation, a week later, the project was already filmed, and it
Wow.
included more than 100 people on board. Before I'm even talking before the musicians themselves. And so it was kind of something that was really grand scale. And the idea was to do something that is grand scale in terms of really respecting the artists that there at that time. All the artists that participated in the project, they were really on their own kind of special service, reserve service, as you want to look at it, just going from one funeral to playing to evicted families from the Gaza envelope or from the north, uh, for soldiers or whatever. They were like literally every day playing maybe a couple of shows a day. And what I thought was that, uh, first of all, I want to capture that atmosphere of doing something that is grand scale but not grandiose, like not not like a big production, something very intimate but really well filmed and really well recorded. and the songs, the selection of the performer, like the which songs and by whom, that will be like some sort of a range of emotions. And I thought for the artist itself, I need to give them an excuse to participate in this. So one excuse was, of course, the joining forces with Latet organization, which is what is Israel's biggest, in normal times, it's Israel's biggest charity service. You could compare it, I don't know, to like a Salvation Army or something like that. There's usually just like populations that are socially economic challenge, or a lot of like Holocaust survivors, stuff like that. They're helping them on a day-to-day basis. Once the war started, a lot of families relocated, both families that were hit from the Hamas attacks and families from up north that had the potential of being drawn into the war. And that means like there's a lot of families. There's still more than 150,000 evictees from their houses. There's families that haven't been in their houses for 2 months. Each family with kids living in a hotel room or some sort of a boarding facility, and there's a lot of logistics around keeping them there, both as entertainment, educational, food, a lot of stuff. Winter came during these months, so and they didn't take anything from their houses. So there's a lot of stuff, and Latet organization is like the best logistically. How do you say that word? Well, it was just really, it was like ready. They have a really huge logistic operation all over Israel. So they were really excited to cooperate on something like that, and giving them something that would, I don't know, give them another way to promote their campaign and to enlarge their. There's a lot of volunteers for this organization, more couple of thousands. So it was a way to, I guess, win-win situation. And the artists themselves, that I'm going back to, sorry if I get too, I tend to draw on and talking, but the artists themselves, they knew, on the one hand, this is for an important cause and a good cause. And on the other hand, they knew, because they knew who is like the people that are on this project, they knew that we are going to build something that is really worthwhile, that will be very respectful for their music, and it's a chance for them to react in their own way to what's happening, whether it be something out of anger or grief or hope or just escapism or something like that. It's just the entire range of emotions that I guess music consumers nowadays are just looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So Netta is maybe the Netta Barzilai, who won the Eurovision. She was probably the biggest name in the project, and what she did was do a cover version for a very classical song in Israel's pop history, a cover for Margalit Zanani. It's a song called Na'ari Shuva Elai, which in translation means, free translation says, my boy, when will you be back to me? And she did it with 4 drummers. One of them was Toval Chaim, which was the brother of Yotam Chaim. He is also a young drummer that was kidnapped from his house in Kfar Aza, and this song was the first song out of the project, and it really created a lot of publicity for the project. And because also that, like Netta, but also that it was just a really special moment to be in the room when it was played. It's like an a cappella version, and it was really something. It was and both like the context and the presence of Toval, watching him, thinking about what's happening in his mind. he was very excited. He didn't know like the scale of it, and suddenly he goes into this huge movie, movie site that's just like a lot of people working, and everybody were like, the moment they went into the room, to the studio, it was just you could hear like the lights buzzing because like everybody really wanted to respect the moment. Sadly, a couple of days ago, Yotam was tragically shot dead by Israeli soldiers while we're still finding out the case. But while they were fleeing, him and two other people from the hostages, they broke out of captivity and were trying to find their way back home. And soldiers just shot them and recognized them as terrorists. It's still, I don't want to get too political about it, but it's like a case now that's really it's both it's like all over the news and trying to figure out what really happened there. And there's a lot of like everything now in Israel. It's just it keeps on dividing the society of seeing things in a couple of narratives, and that's in Israel. And then there's the rest of the world. I mean, so we'll watch Neta Barzilai's cover version for Margalit Sanani's classic Na'ari Shuva Elai. Um, my boy, will you be back to? When will you be back? When you get back to me?
Return to me.
Return to me. Sorry. It was during the and it was she plays with four really crazy drummers.